Once upon a time in a lush green forest, there lived a mighty elephant named Elroy. He was the largest and strongest among all the animals, and he wandered through the forest each day, his great feet shaking the ground with each step. Despite his power, Elroy was a gentle soul who got along well with all the creatures of the forest. However, his size often made it difficult for him to make friends. Many of the smaller animals feared him without reason, only seeing his immense size. One bright morning, as Elroy was making his way through the dense woods in search of food, he stumbled upon a tiny mouse named Max. Max was busy nibbling on a berry when he felt the earth shake beneath Elroy's powerful steps. With a quick glance, Max understood the size difference between himself and Elroy. Yet, he bravely greeted the elephant, not letting fear govern his actions. "Hello, Mr. Elephant," squeaked Max cheerfully. Elroy looked down, pleasantly surprised by the little voice that addressed him. "Hello, little mouse," he replied kindly. "What brings you here today?" Max quickly responded, "I'm just collecting my breakfast and enjoying the morning. And you, sir?" With a gentle smile, Elroy answered, "I'm searching for some leaves and bark to feast on. Perhaps we can enjoy the morning together." The two unexpected companions spent the morning chatting and exploring the forest. Later that day, as fate would have it, Elroy wandered into a clearing he had rarely visited. This part of the forest was crisscrossed with ropes and hidden traps set by hunters. Absorbed in thought, Elroy failed to notice the danger. Before he knew it, one of these traps had ensnared him. The ropes tightened around his legs, and the more he struggled, the tighter they held. He trumpeted for help, the sound echoing through the woods. All the animals nearby heard it, but were too scared to approach the ensnared giant. Max, resting on a log nearby, recognized Elroy's distress calls. Without hesitation, he scampered towards the sound and found his friend in dire need. Seeing Elroy's predicament and the nets around his legs, Max knew he had to act fast. "Hold on, Elroy," Max shouted, his voice filled with urgency. Max's tiny mouth and sharp teeth proved invaluable. He began to gnaw through the ropes with quick, decisive bites. Piece by piece, the ropes began to give way. Elroy watched in astonishment as the tiny mouse chewed through the thick ropes with such determination. Finally, after what seemed like hours, Max managed to sever the last rope that held Elroy captive. The great elephant stepped free and swung his trunk with joy, trumpeting loudly in celebration. "Thank you, Max. You have saved me from a terrible fate," Elroy said, filled with gratitude and a newfound appreciation for his small friend. Max, humble and ever cheerful, replied, "Even the smallest creatures can help those who are larger. I knew you would do the same for me if ever I were in trouble." From that day forward, the bond between Elroy and Max grew stronger. They became an inseparable duo, exploring the forest side by side. They taught all the other animals that size does not measure the strength of one's spirit or their ability to help others.